Welcome to this video. On screen, you'll see a mock PSAT test, a practice test that I found online in a test prep book. So this is not from the College Board. All right, so you might not have seen these problems before, and I welcome you to solve the problems beforehand and then see what the solution is as I solve it. Maybe you got stuck and you can see how I thought through the problems. Okay, so in this video, I'll begin solving this practice test. So whether you're studying for the PSAT or the SAT, the topic should be the same, unless they changed it up since when I took it. The topic should be the same between the two tests, just the PSAT is a little shorter, if I remember correctly. Okay, so I'll leave that up to you, but I'm going to start solving the problem. So here we have number 1. So once again, if you want to solve it beforehand first, pause the video and then unpause it to see me solve it, okay? So this says number A is increased by the product of B and C. The result is divided by C and then decreased by B. Finally, that result is multiplied by C. Which of the following is the final result? Okay, so we got to translate all these words into an expression. All right, so let's follow through. Number A is increased by the product of B and C. So it's A plus BC. A is increased, so plus, by the product of B and C. So B times C, or BC. The result, so this guy is divided by C. Is also divided by C. And then decreased by B, so minus B. Finally, that result is multiplied by C. So whole thing multiplied by C. Which of the following is the final result? Okay, so clearly we need to do some simplification to get a matching answer. So let's distribute the C to both terms. So we get A plus BC minus BC. And the BC minus BC, those would go away. We're left with A. Answer is A. All right, by the way, this is the no calculator portion. Okay, so number 2, go ahead and pause it if you want to solve it before I solve it. Okay, so this says Jenny had M magazines to sell for her soccer team fundraiser. She sold J magazines on her own, and her sister sold 9 less than twice the amount Jenny sold. How many magazines remain unsold in terms of M and J? Okay, so she started with M magazines and then she sold J magazines. Okay, so immediately just from Jenny herself, the number of magazines left is M minus J. She had initially M, she sold J, so M minus J is left, okay? Now, her sister sold 9 less than twice the amount Jenny sold. So, how many did her sister sell? So, twice the amount Jenny sold, so if it's J, so it's 2J minus 9. 9 less than twice what Jenny sold, okay? So that's this expression. So now let's simplify. By the way, we could already eliminate A and B because it should be M minus something, not something minus M. Okay, so we're left with these two. So it's M minus J minus 2J plus 9 by the distributive property. I distribute this minus sign. Okay, so it's M minus 3J plus 9. Answer is D. Okay. So this one, go ahead and pause if you want to solve it. Y over x is 0.5. 2 times x minus 3 equals y. If xy is the solution to the system of the equations above, what's the value of x plus y? Okay, so you got to be careful to actually answer the question that they ask. And let me change the focus real quick on this video. I feel like it's not super focused. There we go. That looks a little better. Okay, apologize before if it was not clear before. Okay. So we want to find x plus y. So, okay, how can we do this? We can rewrite this first one as y is 0.5x. Okay, I just multiply x on both sides. Now I can substitute this y into here. So 2 times x minus 3 is equal to 0.5x. Okay? So I could distribute the 2. Or I can multiply it by 2 on both sides first to get rid of this decimal. Okay, so 2 times 0.5, that is just 1. Okay, and then I'm multiplying a 2 here, so 2 times x minus 3 times another 2, that's 4 times x minus 3. Okay, so let's distribute the 4 now. 4x minus 12 is equal to x. So 3x is equal to 12. X is equal to 4. Don't be fooled by this one. We're finding x plus y. So this is one of the common ways they try to trick you. You didn't answer the question. So if x is 4, y is equal to what? Well, we can plug back into either one, but since I already wrote it like this, y equals 0.5x. So y equals 0.5 times 4, I'm showing my work here, is 2. So then x plus y is 4 plus 2, which is 6. Answer C. By the way, you don't really have to show all your work because it's multiple choice. You'll have like a Scantron. Or actually, I think it's online now. So you'll probably just fill it in or click something. I have no idea the format now. But you don't have to show all this work if it's simple like this. But I'm showing it because I'm trying to show and explain my thought process. All right? Okay, number 4. Go ahead and pause if you want to solve it. So this says, in the figure above, AB is equal to BC. What is the value of x? Okay, so we got to use some geometry here. These two sides are congruent. Okay, so that means let us call this guy y. Then this guy is also y. Okay, it's the property of isosceles triangles. Okay, and this is a exterior angle. Okay, so in triangles, this 106 should add up to these two. There's another theorem or a corollary or something like that. This exterior angle should be the sum of these two. Why is that? Well, this one is 180 minus 106. And then the sum of the angles inside the triangle is 180 again. So that's why these two should add up to 106. So 2y is equal to 106. Okay, I might not even need to do this now that I've realized it, but let me just finish my thought process. So then y is equal to 53. Okay, so now x plus y is 180 degrees. They're supplementary. Y is 53, so x is 180 minus 53. So then what is that? That is 127, I believe, right? So 4 is D. So I didn't need to do that, all right? Okay, cool. Let's move on. Which of the following is equivalent to this minus this? Okay, so you got to be careful. Let's distribute this minus 2 to all of them. So it's x squared y minus 2xy squared plus 3xy minus 2xy plus 2xy squared minus 2x squared y. Okay, now let's combine like terms. This is x squared y. This is also x squared y. So 1 minus 2, that's minus x squared y. This is xy squared. This is also xy squared. Minus 2 plus 2, that's 0. Okay, and then these two, 3 minus 2 is 1. So plus xy. So our final answer should be this, and that looks like it's B. Okay, so just distribute and combine like terms. The graph of f of x is shown above for x is between minus 5 and 5. How many real solutions does f of x is equal to 2 have? Okay, so go ahead and pause. I forgot to mention that for the previous problem, but go ahead and pause if you want to solve this real quick. So this one says, how many real solutions does f of x is equal to 2 have? So let's just draw a line, the horizontal line, y is equal to 2. So that's right here. How many times does it cross this curve? 1, 2, 3. So there's 3 real solutions. Okay, because a solution is when they intersect. They have the same point. Okay, number 7. 3x squared plus 10x minus 8 is 0. If r and s are two solutions of the equation above, which is following is the value of r plus s. So this one, you could factor it, I believe. So let us, oh, by the way, you should, if you wanted to pause, I mean, it's too late now, but, okay, what was it? So we could factor this. Okay, so there has to be a 3x and an x. Those are only factors of 3x squared, right? There needs to be a plus and a minus, because this is plus, that's minus, and then Probably 4 and 2 work, right? It would be like plus 4 minus 2. So then that is 12x minus 2x, that's 10x. Yes, okay? So our solutions are x is, what is this? 2 over 3, and x is negative 4. So we want to add these two up. Minus 4 plus 2 over 3. What is that? That is minus 12 over 3 plus 2 over 3, which is minus 10 over 3. The answer is A. The price of a backpack is $B, to which T% of sales tax is added at the counter. What is the price of the backpack after tax in terms of B and T? So go ahead and pause this if you want to solve this beforehand. If you do this in everyday life, like especially when you go to like a restaurant and you want to calculate the price of something after sales tax, or even in the store, you should be very familiar with how to do this. It would be as simple as, so the price of the backpack is B. You would multiply by T% of sales tax is added. So if it's T%, then it would be 1 plus T over 100. Okay, so if it's like 8%, then it'll be B times 1.08. Okay, so once again, if you do this in everyday life, it's a piece of cake, this type of problem. Okay, so we can rewrite this as 1 plus 1 over 100 is 0.01. Okay, so the answer is A. And if you didn't know this, you could have did it a little slower. So we need the original price of the backpack, and then you need the price of the backpack times the percent sales tax. So like this, which you can factor out the B, so 1 plus T over 100, and see this is the same thing as that. Okay, so you could have did it this way, a little slower, so one extra step, or again, this is a quicker way. Again, if you do this in everyday life, this is a piece of cake. Okay, so it might be incentive to go shopping and try to calculate the sales tax beforehand. All right? Okay, number 9. The scatter plot above shows the perimeters and areas of 10 rectangles. What is the perimeter in centimeters of the rectangle represented by the data point that is farthest from the line of best fit, not shown? Okay, so I might need to, can I squeeze it? Okay, this is good enough. Okay, so go ahead and pause the video if you want to solve this beforehand. So if we do a linear regression, which is that line of best fit, it'll look something like this. Okay, so this point is the one furthest away from the line of best fit, not the regression line. Okay, so what does the question ask? What is the perimeter in centimeters of the rectangle represented by the, okay, so the perimeter looks like it's 20. 9C. As simple as that. It's just was testing if you know what the line of best fit is. Okay, if 2x minus 3 times x minus p is 2x squared minus qx plus 12 for all values of x, what is the value of p plus q? So go ahead and pause if you want to solve this before I solve it. Okay, so I would just distribute the left-hand side, so it'll be 2x squared minus 2px minus 3x plus 3p, which is 2x squared. If I do a minus, it'll be 2p plus 3 times x plus 3p. Okay, so just match things now. 3p must be 12. That means p is equal to 4. Okay, and then this 2p plus 3 is equal to q. Okay, we want p plus q. So instead of finding p and then finding p plus q, we can just do it like this. 2p is q minus 3. So actually, do we need to find p first? Maybe thinking ahead. Okay, let me just find p first, which is, what's q? Actually, no. What am I doing? So you can see I'm overthinking this, trying to shortcut. So this is not efficient with time. So let me backtrack. Okay, so don't make the same mistake I'm making right now. Okay, so p equals 4. So let's find q. As I said, Q is equal to 2P plus 3. P is 4, so it'll be 8 plus 3, which is 11. Okay, so then P plus Q is 15 then. Okay, see, I wasted some time trying to shortcut it a little bit, but it's just if you try to overthink it, you might run into errors. So there we go. Okay. Questions 11 and 12 refer to this histogram looking like thing. A survey was taken to find the number of hours of internet use per week among 1,500 students. Which of the following could be the median number of internet use time per week? So median is the middle number within a set of data. Okay? So if we look at this, this looks quite close to a normal distribution. So the mean and median should be close to the center. Okay? But there is a little more on this side, as you can see. There's like 550 students, that is between 10 and 15. There's only 400 between 15 and 20. So the median is probably likely a little less than 15. Okay? So the best answer is B. Okay, according to the histogram above, which of the following is the closest approximation of the percentage of students who use internet more than 15 hours each week? Let's go back here. So more than 15 hours each week, that's this over here. Okay, so we want the percentage of it. Okay, so they tell us that there's 1,500 total. So let's just add these bars up. So 400 plus, that's maybe 150 plus 100. So 400 plus 150 plus 100 over the total we said was, or they give us, is 1,500. So this is what? 650 over 1,500. Okay, which is, let's do some simplifying now. So let's just divide by 10 first. 65 over 150. Okay, if we divide by 5, what do we get? We get 13 over, divide by 5, that's 30. Okay, whoops. So how much percentage is this? Well, 10 over 30 is a third. Okay, so it's a little more than that. Okay, 15 over 30 is 50%, so it's less than that. Okay, and that doesn't quite help us because these choices are all like that. Okay, so we need some number sense. What is 12 over 30? That is 4 over 10, right? I just divide by 3 on top and bottom. This is 40%. Okay, so 13 over 30 is a little more than 40%, so it should be C. That's the best answer. You don't get a calculator, so you gotta have good number sense here. All right. Okay, let me finish this problem, and then actually, I should be able to finish this. Not too many left. Okay. Which of the following tables shows a relationship in which y is directly proportional to x? Okay, so this means when y is directly proportional to x, y is equal to kx is what I immediately think. Okay, directly proportional, so it has to be like this. So that means when x is 0, y is equal to 0 as well. It has to be like this. So when y is 0, x has to be 0, nope. When y is 0, x has to be 0, nope. Cross those out. Okay, so now let's move on to here. So 2 times what gives us 6? That's 3, right? 4 times, it should be 3, gives us 12. That's not the case here. And then 6 times 3, that should be 18. That's not the case here. Okay, so we cross that out. Okay, so by process of elimination, the answer is D, and we can even check. So this is multiplying by 3 over 2. So 4 times 3 over 2, that is 12 over 2, which is 6. That's good. 6 times 3 over 2, that's 18 over 2, which is 9. Good. Okay. That's the end for the multiple choice. This is the free response now. There's only a few, so I'm going to finish it off. If a equals 5 and b equals 3, then this expression is equal to what? Okay, so go ahead and pause. I haven't been saying this, but go ahead and pause if you want to solve it beforehand. So we can just, so they don't give a c, so that c should probably cancel somehow. So let's distribute this a to both terms. So it'll be ac minus 6 plus ab minus ac. And as I predicted, the c terms should cancel. So we have ab minus 6. Okay, so what's ab? That's 15 minus 6, which is 9. That's my answer. For what value of n is n minus absolute value n minus 7 is equal to 0? So go ahead and pause. Okay, so n minus absolute value n minus 7 is equal to 0. Okay, you can probably just guess and check here, but to solve it mathematically, we want to isolate the absolute value. So n is equal to absolute value of n minus 7. I've just moved it to the other side. Okay, so we can break it off into two branches. N minus 7 is equal to n, or n minus 7 is equal to negative n. Okay, so this branch would not give you any solution because if I subtract n from both sides, we get minus 7 is equal to 0. So there's no solution on this side. Okay, but this side, we get 2n is equal to 7, so n is 7 over 2. Okay. 16, if x and y are positive integers, what is the value of this expression? Okay, so go ahead and pause to solve this on your own first. So let us distribute this exponent to both those and distribute this exponent to all three of these. So it would be equal to 3x to the 4th times 2 squared is 4 times y squared over, this is 4x to the 4th y squared. Okay? Now let's simplify. 3/4 is still there. Okay? And then actually 3 times 4 over 4. Those 4s would cancel, but let's reorganize this a little bit first. X to the 4th y squared over x to the 4th y squared. Okay, so I just reorganized the terms. You can see these cancel, these cancel, these cancel. You're left with 3. Okay, and last, number 17, if x plus 3 is the factor of ax squared plus bx minus 15, in which a and b are constants, what is the value of 3a minus b? Okay, so go ahead and pause this if you want to solve this beforehand. So usually the last problems, if the SAT is designed the same, are usually the hardest ones. Okay, so if you got to here and you think this is too hard, you can go ahead and skip it and go back to other things that you might have skipped beforehand. Just general testing strategy. I don't know if the SAT is still designed the same way, but when I took it, the last problems are usually the hardest ones. They usually order it by level of difficulty to an extent. All right, so if x plus 3 is a factor, that means f of negative 3 is 0. This is just me thinking out loud. This might not be how to solve it, actually, but this is how I'm approaching it. And I'm showing you how I'm thinking through. All right, so if f of minus 3 is 0, so let me plug in x is negative 3. It'll be a times negative 3 squared plus b times negative 3 minus 15. Or 0 is equal to, this is what, 9a minus 3b minus 15. And we're on the right track to get 3a minus b. So let's move this 15 to the other side. 15 is 9a minus 3b. I can factor a 3 from both these guys. So 15 is equal to 3 times 3a minus b. And that's what we want, right? So 3a minus b is 15 over 3, which is 5. Okay? And that's it for the no calculate portion. How'd you do? Hopefully you did well. If not, I would recommend that you study the ones you got wrong. Find out why you got it wrong. Is it just some careless mistake, like some small algebra error? Did you just not get the concept at all? Like, for example, this one, did you not remember how to solve absolute value equations? Or, for example, this one, do you not remember that if this is a factor, then -3 is a solution, things like that. So diagnose why you got it wrong. And then if it's really that you just didn't get the concept, review the concept and then try more problems than that. Okay, so hopefully I'll get around to posting different lessons for studying for the SAT. So you can look out for those. Otherwise, hope this helped. Maybe just even seeing some problems and practicing was helpful in itself. And of course, if you got stuck on some of them, hopefully my solutions helped. Okay. Please like this video, as always, if you found this video beneficial, and also please subscribe.